Please be aware this is my personal opinion, and to expect full spoilers for the topic ahead. Bambi. A simple movie with a simple story, if you can call this a story. The life of a deer. Enticing, isn't it? But the concept's more interesting than you'd think. Well, for the first half at least. Bambi doesn't have much of a narrative, and characterization's pretty bare bones, so it can struggle to hold your attention the whole way through. It's no surprise the movie's mostly remembered for Bambi's mother dying, and otherwise just how dull it can be. Young Bambi's entertaining at least. It's fun watching him react to the world around him. He's very expressive and really well animated, particularly as he's trying to find his footing. He carries the first half of the film on his own, but sadly, as he gets older, he loses a lot of his appeal. Lacking the wide-eyed innocence of youth, he's not left with much personality. He's still likable, but there just isn't much to him, so it's more difficult to stay engaged. There are a handful of side characters, and while each adorable in their own way, they're just as one note, and they have very little agency in the story. I get that this film's not about offering a typical narrative and characters, but without them, there's just not much to latch onto as the film goes on. I do appreciate the movie's relaxing pace and style, but it gets boring after a while, and even the finale fails to leave an impact. It's a shame since the idea of a raging forest fire could be really climactic, but the flames don't feel dangerous, so it kind of falls flat. What does work, though, are the moments of unease from the approach of man. Showing hunting from the perspective of the animals has a nice anxiety to it that feels authentic. You feel the sense of danger because they don't even show man itself. This is a strong choice that really helps the theme. I guess this brings me to the movie's most well-known event, the death of Bambi's mother. And I like a lot about how this is handled. Bambi's mother's killed quickly and off-screen. You don't see directly what happens to her, and there isn't any kind of goodbye scene between her and Bambi. The death's presented from the perspective of the deer, making the threat man poses to the wild clear, and the suddenness of it all is very realistic. There is a downside to showing it this way, though. Despite being known as a tragic Disney death, it doesn't make much of an emotional impact. I like this moment for the narrative, and I certainly don't want a drawn-out death scene like a lot of other movies. But it happens so quickly, it's hard to really care. Bambi sheds a few tears, and we forget it ever happened. Alright? There's not much else to talk about with this movie. Okay, it actually looks really lovely. There's a lot of nice colorful scenery and comfortable woodland settings. And the rainfall and changing of the seasons show the magic of the natural world beautifully. Bambi barely has any songs, but I'm not complaining. Though I do like one of the few tunes it does have, Little April Shower. In general, though, the soundtrack's a bit too bombastic for my tastes, and so loud it's actually grating at times. Bambi's certainly a unique movie, with a cute first half and alright second half, but it's not really the kind of film I'd revisit for a good time. Like I said, the concept gets old about halfway through. It's a simple story about the life of a deer. I appreciate Bambi for its originality, but without much more to really grab me as a viewer, it's little more than a charming distraction. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, consider becoming a member of the channel to access various perks and support me and my videos. And feel free to let me know in the comments any movies or shows you'd be interested to hear my thoughts on. Next month, I'll be reviewing Disney's Saludos Amigos. Until then, be well everyone, and I'll see you next time.